Hello YouTube, I'm going to show my DS collection quickly. Here's my pre-order for the Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. It's the bonus, it has a music CD and stuff in it. Give it away free if you pre-ordered. Speaking of that, there's the Portrait of Ruin, the Portrait of Ruin that came with. Great DS title. I personally like it better than Dawn of Sorrow, but just my opinion. That was the second one for the DS, being the first one, Dawn of Sorrow, had the DS, like all early DS titles had incorporated that somehow in the system. My French coach, not mine, my wife's, she wanted to learn French. Brain Age, they gave it away as a free game if you got the DS early in the life, as a, you bought the system, you get a coupon for the game, just math and all. New Super Mario Brothers, personally one of the reasons to own the system. They're releasing a Wii version here in a few months, and I suggest everyone pick it up. Mario can get big, shrink down, just new ideas, real fun. Yoshi Touch and Go, you help save the little Mario as Yoshi throwing things up in the air. Electroplankton, still factory sealed. It was an order that you could do online only from the Nintendo store. Got it for my collection. Lost Magic, one of the early RPGs for the system. I haven't played it yet. It says you can do up to 400 magic spells and draw magic signs, shown here. Personally, I get kind of scared with stuff like that because if you make a mistake, you can ruin your game. Here's Children of Mana. Me and my buddies are playing through the Secret of Mana right now for the Super Nintendo, and we're having a lot of fun with it, so I think I got that in Vegas. Trauma Center Under the Knife, one of my first titles for the system. Very cool, very hard. It has a very steep learning curve. It's like easy, 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 brutal hard. They made a Wii port, maybe not a port, but a version of it. Here's Tough. Trace Memory, one of the earlier story-based games. Hadn't really played it yet. Final Fantasy III. It's fun. I would prefer if they would have just ported over the 8-bit version, maybe spruce it up some instead of making it 3D. Just my opinion, though. Chrono Trigger, another one of the must-haves for the system, especially if you've never played it on the Super Nintendo. I started on the Super Nintendo and gave up because I needed it to be portable, and then bought this and then carried it around. Great game. Try it. I have 2 copies of Advance Wars Dual Strike. I have 2 DSs, and I want to be able to play someone. I need to have 2 carts. Contact is kind of like Earthbound art style and very witty humor. Game & Watch Collection, something that you had to earn up points by trading in so many tokens on the US Nintendo store. It was kind of hard to come up with all the tokens. Sonic Rush is a game that I ended up getting from a friend. I hadn't heard it. I heard good things about it. It's just another one of the basic Sonic games with new bells and whistles. You go from the top screen, bottom screen. My Spanish coach, this one was for me. The French was for my wife. Spanish was for me. I suck at all foreign languages. I speak Southern, if you hadn't found out by now if you've been watching my videos. Yeah. Not much to say. Just, go days of the week, and you just learn very introductory Spanish. Final Fantasy Tactics A2. Just, again, a lot of these are, there's not much to say because they're just pretty much ports and sequels with some tweaks from previous systems, this one being the PS1 gameplay over to the Game Boy Advance, and then now the DS. Etrian Odyssey, a very brutal first-person RPG. Yeah, it's just, you have to draw your dungeon map. I don't know if you can make it out there, but you have to draw the perimeter of it and put icons in it to know where your treasures are. Very fun, very difficult. There's the sequel I have. I hear the sequel's a little more difficult to find. I have it still factory sealed. Hadn't gotten around to it yet. Obviously, it's still sealed. I need to finish the first one. Hotel Dusk. This game was actually had a very low print run. Now you can find it with an orange border at the top. This copy was gotten during the low print run. Haven't opened it in case it was to be expensive and rare. It did get up in price, and then they did a second print run with that orange bar. It's a story-based game, murder mystery, I think. Not going to say much about this. Another one of the must-owns for the system. I do own 2 copies for those 2 DSs when we travel. It has a lot of carts, a lot of races from other Mario, Super Nintendo Mario Kart, and 64 Mario Kart. So a lot of people consider the DS version one of the best, if not the best. Burnout Legends, mediocre racer, not bad. Has some fun parts to it. Yes, you can tear up your cars in it, but again, I got this early on for fairly cheap when the system was out. So. Snood, a port of the computer game. Again, this was bought at Best Buy. It's one of those low budget titles, just port of the PC version. Not much to say about it. Guilty Gear. I'm not a fan of any fighting game on the system. I only own this one, I believe, is my only fighting game, and if there's any indication of how this plays that others do, I don't want it. It's not very good. This one also suffers from the DS, from the early DS games, Dual Strikers. Lunar, another early RPG for the system. Age of the Empires, another strategy game, turn-based, RTS, kind of like. Puzzle Quest, I think this is another must-own game for the system. It mixes Bejeweled with RPG elements. Very cool. You use spells to take gems out from your opponent. Hoshigami. I bought this purely on RPGs. It's actually made in Hoshigami on the PS1. Don't know much about it. Elite Beat Agents, a music game, a rhythm game. It's still sealed. Call of Duty 4. Cool, different control schemes where you use your left thumb to walk and shoot with the stylus. Nano Stray, a shump, cool. They made a sequel. I'd like to play it. Sorry, I'm having a rush for time. Ridge Racer DS, again, suffers from the DS. I would rather play the other racing game I have. World Championship Poker, kind of fun. Suffers from the DS yet again. Polarium, a black and white game, really does not show off the system where you have to flip tiles over. When you flip them all over in a row, it deletes them. No, when you flip them all over, you have to get all the tiles on the screen to be the same color. My fault. Mario 64, a port of the 64 version. Metal Slug 7, I'm a big fan of Metal Slug. I hadn't got a chance to play this one. I got the compilation for the PS2 and for the GameCube. Or is it the Wii? The Wii. Lunar Nights, another good RPG. They took out the daylight sensor thing because, of course, the DS doesn't have it. Tetris DS, this game has actually gone up quite a bit in value. The Nintendo had the rights and licenses for it early on in the system and then had to get rid of them for one reason or another. Good luck finding a copy. Find it on eBay, it'll be kind of expensive. Contra 4, brutal hard. It's real fun. It lives up to the namesake of Contra, but very difficult. Magical Star Sign, another early RPG for the system. Yeah, I don't think you can get too close for it, but kind of fun. I tinkered around with it at the beginning. Zelda, this is another one I kind of screwed around at the beginning. It was kind of entertaining, but I got sidetracked onto another game. Use the stylus, draw, you make notes on your map. That's kind of a cool feature, honestly. And last but not least, Pokemon Pearl. Everyone should have a Pokemon game. I don't care how boy, girl, old or young. It's kind of fun to tinker with. I know it has a young connotation to it, but still kind of fun to play and collect. There's my pile of games now. Sorry I had to hurry at the end. I think I did mention I have the newest Castlevania game, but loaned it out to a buddy. But other than that, that's everything. Thanks for watching, and hope you come back and see another video.